So the last time I sat down in front of the camera like this, I was in my office inside my house. It's kind of dark. I think the lighting was warm. This is a little bit brighter. It's a little more stark. This is a different room, and I wonder if you can hear that train. Yeah, there it is. If so, how well can you hear it? I hear it pretty well. I've had Zoom meetings here before, and the people that I was visiting with over Zoom could hear the train pretty well. So I'm wondering how well it's being picked up right now, whether or not it's a distraction. Another possible distraction is the air conditioner over there in the window. It gets pretty warm in this building. It's a little pre-manufactured cabin style building. Let's turn on the air conditioner. We'll see if that affects the sound quality at all, because that's, a reasonable consideration. I like the way the air feels. It's getting a little stuffy, but you know what? If it's too problematic as far as sound quality, then it'll have to be turned off again. Now, this is a pretty informal situation. Like, for instance, the phone is mounted on a pitcher, which is seated on this brain teaser game. You're probably familiar with the game. It's the one where you remove the pegs. The idea being that you only have one left. If you have one left, you're a pretty sharp individual. I think I beat it one time. I think one time I only had one peg left, and I was a pretty sharp individual. But most of the rest of the time, I had 2, 3, or more pegs left. I was not a sharp individual. However, I think it's pretty sharp to use this as my camera mount. I mean, it's stable, it's relatively level, it's not shaking or jittering, and so I think it's pretty nice. And if I want to pan, well, I can. There's not much to pan to, but if I feel the need, or if necessity arises, I can pan on the pitcher while speaking. And in that case, I could honestly say that the pitcher's worth 1,000 words. I'm going to turn the air conditioner back off. The whole point of this episode, this experiment, is to find out how audible the train was, to find out how decent or not the overall sound is, and whether or not the air conditioner creates too much background noise. So I played it back. The train was pretty loud. In fact, the train was audible enough in my earbuds that I actually thought the train was going by again, and not that I was hearing the recording of the train going by previously. So that means anyone watching the video could likewise hear the train going by pretty well. Same thing happened with the air conditioner. When I turned it on, it sounded like I'd begun operating a small rock polisher. Sounded like someone trying to talk with a throat full of fish tank gravel. So that's not excellent, but maybe we can find a workaround. Maybe I can cool the building in advance and run a small fan or something like that that's a little less intrusive. And then, you know what? Maybe for the sake of authenticity, I run the air conditioner, I ignore the train, and things go the way they go for as long as they do. And if that's what it takes to get a few things off my chest and committed to posterity, then that's the way we'll do it. But, it's worth tinkering around with a little bit. What I don't want to tinker around with is my camera stand. I love it. There's a story behind the pitcher. Well, the pitcher's been a part of my general vicinity since I was a small child, and so it's like I said, there's a story behind that, but it's not a story for today, and it's certainly not a story that even has to be told. But maybe, whatever. So I thought, by way of comparison, I'd go ahead and come back to the office in the house for just a minute. Now, a couple of points of difference. Like I think I mentioned before, The lighting is a little warmer in here. It's a little less stark or a little more muted. I'm not sure how you'd want to say that. But in addition, there's a little bit more stuff around me, so it mutes the sound a little bit, or at least it seems to help dampen it, maybe take away what could be perceived as an echo. This room also comes with a gassy dog. I'm not sure how well that translates from me to a viewer, but it definitely adds to the experience on my end. There's another noisy air conditioner. There are a few things about this room that I probably prefer to the other location, but you know what? The other location could be improved, I suppose. It probably wouldn't take a tremendous amount of effort to do that. Train went by a couple of minutes ago. It wasn't recording, but it was pretty audible in here as well. So probably that's a wash one way or the other. One more point of difference, the previous clip was recorded on my cell phone, and this clip is being recorded on my laptop. It's just the onboard camera. The angle's a little different because I'm looking down at the camera. It's not level with me. I'd prefer it was level with me, or maybe even a little bit higher. That's obviously something that can be fixed, but I'm not entirely sure that I'd want to make a habit out of using this camera if I didn't have to. I'd rather use the other one or something different. But anyway, what I'm really looking for here is an apples to apples comparison, one room to the other, or could they both be equally useful? So, input. So just to kind of bring things full circle, this is the original setup. Here in the office, I have an inexpensive tripod that has my cell phone mounted on it. The cell phone is an S23 Ultra with the pen. Anytime we've filmed long shots and videos, we've used a little S21 Ultra. It's a smaller, older phone, but I've been impressed with the video quality. We've used it for the longer shots. We mount that same phone on that same inexpensive tripod and take shots from a distance. On those occasions, I've also simultaneously used an action camera mounted on my helmet. That is an Akaso Brave 7. It's the only kind of action camera I've used so far. I've had it about 15 months. I've been pleased with it. I don't have any complaints. I do think the battery's beginning to be a little less effective, so I have to swap them out or just miss gobs of footage, but that's the only complaint that I have so far. It's been reasonably weather resistant. It's capable of taking pretty stable, decent images, and I've been impressed with the sound quality. So I would probably continue to use that as an economy option. I know a lot of people prefer the GoPros. But hey, if Akaso wants to send me free stuff, I'll sure continue to use it and talk nice about it. And finally, I'm editing on a Lenovo Legion gaming laptop. I really didn't feel like I had the cash to spring for a more expensive computer at the time that this was purchased. There was a sale. I liked the price. And to be fair, I've been pretty pleased with the results so far. I'm sure that there are much better options out there, and gradually as this goes on, I'm sure that I'll want to look into those options. But for now, I've been happy. I'm using Wondershare Filmora as my primary editing software, and on my cell phone, I also have LumaFusion, and it's been nice as well. But I've only used it a couple of times for very, very short videos. I can do what I want to do, upload them directly to YouTube, and really not have any issues with that. So that's okay. And that's really it. So I need help with pretty much everything. Options concerning video equipment, options concerning editing software for maybe future use. Could somebody tell me how to get this light out of my eyes. I haven't figured that out yet. I wear these glasses pretty regularly. I'd hate to have to take them off just to film a video, but you know, maybe sometimes. But honestly, if I could keep that glare off the lenses, that would be great. Other than that, you know, I'm open to input. I'm open to suggestion, and I'm open to economy. So, thanks. Hear it?